You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network, the Digital Sim Sports Network, and live coverage of the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series. Another doubleheader lined up for you tonight. We're going to go to Limaland. Big, high banked. Quarter of a mile here. Small field tonight. Doesn't matter. These guys are going to put on a heck of a show. They don't care. Our second show, we'll move it over to Federated Auto Parts I-55 Speedway. I'll let the boys have at it. Show number 2. 2 tracks that always produce great racing for this series. I don't care what time of the year we go there. This time it happens to be week number 3. We go and take a look at last week's results. Billy Barros and Chase Crowder split the wins. Crowder and Barros in the field tonight. We have been here 15 previous times. We have 7 different winners in those 15 previous visits. No official track record given for this track. There is one for I-55. Look at the points. It's Garrett Boyd, 3 points ahead of David Krikorian. Cody Parmley, who inexplicably is not here tonight, 16 points back. Billy Barros, 21, and Josh Gerlach, 28. The Ironman Series through 46 events this season. Josh Gerlach has a 29-point lead over Billy Barros. In 5th place, which is Garrett Boyd. He's about 229 points, and it's scattered in between for everybody else that's in there. Cody Parmley has won the last 3 in a row, but Bo Brannon picked up one of the 4 during the doubleheader back in February. Or the 2 doubleheaders, excuse me. And that made his 3rd win at this racetrack in the series. Wow. And the current top 5 in points, David Krikorian is the only driver that has not scored a podium at this racetrack. And neither Barros nor Boyd have picked up wins at this racetrack. So that takes care of the Limaland info. Next week, these guys will move over. They'll run to it, Weed Sport, which should be interesting. That's a big track and a very interesting track when we get there. But we got business to tend to tonight. Going to be a quick one. We're going to just do a heat race and a feature here in this one. And then in the next one, we'll do our qualifying and have our LCQ and move on to the feature in that one too. Short show. Don't miss out. Say hi in the chat. Couple of more minutes here. Nothing going on again until next Wednesday unless something cracks off between now and then and somebody gets a hold of us for a show. A lot of series are working their way back. I know ERA is going to be back on Tuesdays in a couple of weeks. I think the 16th is their return date. We're still waiting to hear what DSRL is going to do. And anybody else right now. We've got a couple of things working with maybe a wingless series coming up before too long. We don't know everything just yet. Just got a lot of feelers and a lot of inquiries. I almost said that wrong. A lot of inquiries about different things. Special events in different months, October, November. I think a lot of people still trying to get through the summer and into the cold part of the year where we can't go outdoors to play, so we got to play inside. David Krikorian, Reed Broshot. I think everybody clearing it off. They're all getting ready to go to a driver's meeting. I think Josh Gerlach going to go out here and try to throw one more qualifying practice session down. Don't know if the bottom will be the way to go or if you're going to want to get up and get in the middle tonight here. Just a few seconds left, and then we'll random draw for that first heat, which should be the only heat. And then we will move on to feature racing. Session number 1. Track definitely going to be interesting. Heavy. Very heavy tonight. Practice session. Wind it up. That means it's time to go heat racing. They will random draw. They've already drawn it, so they'll random draw them. Well, we're going to get a couple of heat races, a couple small heat races here tonight. We're going to put David Krikorian, the 66, Billy Barros, the 38 on the front row, Reed Brochart, the 93, and Steven Spiess, 55 on our first of 2 heat races. Everybody's going to transfer through. We'll just race for their starting spot and see who can get up to the front row. There'll be no redraw tonight. Not enough entries. Need about double what we have here tonight to get redraws. All right, next time around, they're going to cut them loose out of turn number 4 for heat number 1. Pace truck out of the way. Green flag in the air. Heat 1 underway. Krikorian got a pretty good start. Got to go a little bit clean of the field there to get to turns 1 and 2. He should lead lap number 1, but Barros got it up in the middle. Going to keep the momentum up. He'll be right back alongside when we get to the start-finish line on lap number 1. He may have the lead coming out of 2 here. Not quite there. Maybe out of 4. Barros surges ahead. He leads lap 2 by half a car. Krikorian's working down on the bottom. He's going to be in second. He's going to have Spiess on the high side. Looking to make a move. Trying to do what Barros did. Laps will click off quickly. It's only about 13 seconds a lap here. Spiess still trying to work the middle, and he's got a good run this time. He may have this. If he can keep that momentum up, getting through 3 and 4, he may move to second. 3 to go, and Spiess had it momentarily. Barros, Spiess, Krikorian, Brochart, everybody within contact are on the same straightaway. We're going to come around and get the white flag. Billy Barros has got this thing well in hand. He is clear by over a second. And he'll come out of turn 4, and he will win heat number 1. Brochart. Krikorian, 2, 3, as Spiess had issues during one of those last couple of laps there, and he will not finish the heat race. So we'll see him at the back of the pack when we get ready to start this feature. As we will wait for the grid for heat 2. Going to be James Gray, the 76, and Josh Gerlach, the 71 on the front row, and then Chase Crowder, the 96 on the inside of row 2, and your current points leader. He's got a scant lead over the guy that just won that last heat. Garrett Boyd, the 21. James Gray having a problem getting to the starting line. So only 3 of them going to make it for heat number 2. Like I said, laps about 13 seconds, so we'll get this all in about 2 minutes. They'll shift the cars around a little bit. Crowder's going to move up on the outside of Gerlach there. Green flag for heat 2. Gerlach got the start. He was out front. He clips the tire going through 1 and 2. I don't think that's going to hurt him much. Clips the one in turn 3. That one will kill him. Crowder will have the lead now. He's trying to tip that car over. He may have to stay away from the bottom for the rest of this one. Goes for the slider down 3 and 4. Crowder's going to cross over, and he'll keep the lead. Crowder tried to shut the door, put that right rear tire in the lane, and Gerlach just drove right by it on the high side down the backstretch. Good battle, all 3 cars within a car length of one another. This time Gerlach, slider, got the car crossed up. He's going to have problems. Oh, Boyd got in the back of him. That's going to open things up with 4 to go. Maybe hard for Gerlach to close that gap back down now. He got that car really sideways back there in 3 and 4. Checked himself up. Checked the car behind him and Boyd out. And now it's just get to the finish for Crowder. Pick up where he left off last week. Won the feature, going to try to win the heat race. 2 to go for him. Boyd quite a ways back. He had problems with the tractor tire there on the inside of turn number 2 the last lap by. As we're going to get a white flag. 1 more to go in the final heat race. Gerlach has reeled him back in. I just don't think there's going to be anything that he can do here. Got to get a bite right there, and it's not enough. Crowder picks up the win in heat 2. Gerlach, Boyd, and Gray officially. So that'll do that. We'll get ready to move on to feature time here. I know we won't have the redraw. Waiting to see if we're going to have any practice time for these guys. And it looks like they're going to let them out onto the racetrack. Give them just a little bit. Sun went down, the lights came up. Track will probably have a little different feel to it. Only a couple drivers taking the opportunity to cut some laps here. If I'm not mistaken, these two are going to start side by side about the 3rd row tonight here. David Kikorian now, it looks like he's going to join these fellas. Got to try to figure out where you're going to run here for this feature. It never hurts to put a few laps on the track either, so. Well, it looks like we've decided that we will have a little bit of a redraw. I didn't think we had enough cars for that, but we're going to do it anyway. It's going to shake a lot of things up. It's going to make it interesting because we're going to take our 2 heat race winners and put them at the back, and we're going to take the 2 guys in the third row and put them at the front. And your points leader is going to have an opportunity to go from the pole and see if he can pick up the win tonight. So we'll start them with Boyd and Krikorian on the front row, and then Gerlach and Brochart, Crowder and Barros, and Spies and Gray. And we're waiting for Steven Spies, I think, to make his way back into the server. He lost his connection during that race. So it's going to shift up. The starting lineup will not be the starting lineup that you see there. Brochart and Gerlach are going to swap, and then Boyd and Krikorian are going to the front. Barros and Crowder are going to the middle. They're going to row 3. Definitely going to be interesting. Going to get everybody lined up. Next time around, they'll take the green. We'll finish squaring up the lineup, make sure everybody's where it's supposed to be. Group them up, double them up, lap number 2, and then down here in 3 and 4. Our pole sitter will get us officially started. One more time around, single file before we start doubling them up. Oh, James Gray and Steven Spies both missing the start. Unlucky, unlucky. 6 cars going to take this green flag and run these 30 laps. All right, out of 4. Garrett Boyd looks for the throttle. He finds it. Green flag. Big move already from Crowder. He moved right to the inside of Gerlach right there. Boyd will lead the first lap. Corey in second. Gerlach and Crowder still battling third and fourth. Gerlach through the middle. Billy Barros is just trapped behind Crowder, and he can't find the line to get around him. That time tried to cut to the inside. Crowder came down the hill. Crowder still trying to work on Brochart. Big slider that time. Crowder kind of locked Brochart's door for him. Oh, up over the right rear. Barros slid it in there. Crowder found contact with the right rear. Now there's contact between Gerlach and Krikorian. That's a battle for second. Meanwhile, Boyd is up front. 5 laps into it. He's led every one of them. He's out there by 0.6 of a second. Gerlach and Krikorian kind of got things sorted out for the moment. Gerlach on the attack again, down to the bottom 3 and 4. That slider line just not going to work. He doesn't have a line on the exit. Krikorian has figured out that staying up a little wider, he can keep that thing wound up a little better. He can use that big door there, the exit door, and get right back by Gerlach. Crowder now up to 5th around Brochart, but he's lost contact with Barros' push bar finally. He'll get that back. He always fast. He finds a way to make his way to the battle one way or another. Good run up front. They are reeling in your leader. They've cut it down. Cut it down to about quarter second. That slip right there at the exit of turn 2 never seems to help. Krikorian still holding off Gerlach. While he was doing it, he's being pressured, so he is running up to the back end of the 21 of Boyd. $18 laps to go. Gerlach thought about 2 for 1. He'll take it 1 for 1. He'll get Krikorian right there. Barros now trying to work his way around David Krikorian. Not able to do it that time as Krikorian is really winding that thing up on the top side. They're getting closer and closer to the leader. This time Gerlach may go for the slider. Didn't have to. He got the spot anyway coming out of 2. Can Boyd fight back out of 4? No, he cannot. Josh Gerlach now to the point. Barros is making a move, trying to take second away from Boyd as well. That's your points battle. All 4 of these top 4 in the points battle right now. Gerlach out front coming around. It'll be 11 to go. Barros now moves around Boyd into second. Just 10 to go. Krikorian still in 4th, but Crowder now has found his way close enough. He's within about 6 car lengths. Getting inside that top 4. The Parmley brothers not in attendance. Weird not to see at least Cody in the room. Gerlach's in control. Barros second. Boyd is third. Crowder now almost got around Krikorian. He threw the slider and it didn't stick. Krikorian was able to work back by while Crowder waited for the car to settle at the exit of 2. Here comes the slider again. Krikorian saw it coming early this time. Same thing. He'll go right back by. It's just closer and closer each and every time. Top 3 have kind of checked out. They're about 1.4 seconds ahead of this battle. Wave lap, 5 to go. Barros now letting Gerlach know he's there. Boyd has faded from the top 2, but he's not in any danger. He just needs to keep the car facing straight. He'll finish on the podium. Barros would like to break through and get that first win here. Not quite there yet. 2 to go this time. He's really going to have to pedal hard. Threw it in deep into 3. It's not enough. White flag, and it's about 4 car lengths for Josh Gerlach. Final time. Feature number 1. Gerlach's going to go to victory lane. Barros second. Boyd third. Krikorian and Crowder side by side. Crowder gets the 4th spot. Krikorian 5th. Brochart was 6th. didn't have to wait long. He got in here quickly. Let's talk to the driver. Finished in third. Drives the 21 car. Garrett Boyd, you there, buddy?
Yep, I'm here.
Well, you got to start out front. Try to protect your points lead. Limaland may not be the forte of the 21 team.
No, I don't. I don't favor the smaller tracks in the midget. I do prefer the medium to large size tracks. I feel like I do a lot better where you have to really maintain your momentum and not this hustle around the bottom or hustle around the middle, kind of like we were doing tonight.
Yeah, it looked like the track was pretty smooth, but you couldn't go all the way to the top. And if you went all the way to the bottom, somehow the guys in the middle just seem to be a little bit longer way around and more momentum. I don't really know, but it's weird at this track. You start getting into the banking, you're able to lean on the right rear a little harder.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird line to run the middle here, but it seems to work a lot. I've seen it come to life here quite a bit. So kind of a shame you can't run the top here just because it's still broken, since iRacing doesn't seem to care about us little redheaded stepchildren, but we deal with what we get.
Yeah, you got to play with the cards you dealt. So your points lead, you beat Krikorian, but Barros and Gerlach finishing ahead of you. They're going to close it up a little bit. What are you expecting when we leave here and we go over to Peevely?
It'd probably be the same with Josh and Billy. I know they're both strong at I55, and it's kind of like here, not my forte. So we'll see what we can do.
All right, man. Shout outs and thank yous before we let you head over there and get ready for that second server.
Shout out to James and Billy again for getting this deal broadcasted and putting up their own hard-earned money for it. And then Josh for putting the league on. Roger, you for your fine skills at broadcasting, and then my girlfriend for putting up with this.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. Look forward to seeing you in show number 2.
Oh, thank you.
Garrett Boyd finishing in third. Now let's move. Whoop, we almost grabbed him again. Let's move on to the guy. He made a good run at it. Just couldn't quite find a way to clear the 71. He'll finish second tonight. Billy Barros. Not a tough track, it didn't look like. Just a lot of tough passing. It was hard to get around guys.
Yeah, it really was. Man, I gave him my best there. I wanted him. I was just talking to Josh in the waiting room there, saying I wish I had 2 more laps. I think I could have really given it a shot there. But, oh, man, that was so much fun. I know that's a little bit tough with the light car counts, but I love these track states personally. You can find grip everywhere. You can make a small mistake and lose the rear and make up some ground somewhere else. So that was a great battle, and congratulations to Josh on the win.
Yeah, it just looked like the track really didn't change a whole lot during the feature, and we're used to seeing at least something move. But you guys were able to run all over the place. The momentum line through the middle just wasn't exactly the perfect spot.
Yeah, it worked for me through 1 and 2, not so much in 3 and 4. And yeah, to your point, a bit tough to pass. But once you could kind of get clear of somebody and then actually use the whole track, then I had a little bit better time trying to catch back up there. But I had some great battles all the way through the field. And you know, it did develop a little bit. I lost the rear in turn 3 twice and had to change my line because of that. But I mean, yeah, as you can see, there's not enough cars to really affect the track state too much. So hopefully the next one does a little better in that regard.
Well, what are we anticipating over at I-55? We know you're very good there.
That's a good question. I do love that track as well. I'm kind of maybe seeing a bottom dominant early half of the session, and we'll see what happens in the second half of the feature.
All right, man. Some shout-outs. Thank you before we let you head out.
Of course. Thank you, Roger. As always, love having you here. Love watching this back on Dirt Racing Network. So good to have you broadcasting. Thanks to Josh for putting on the league. Thanks to James Gray for helping us sponsor the season, and thanks everyone else for coming out and racing with us.
All right, man. Good luck in session 2.
Thank you.
Billy Barros will finish in second. And a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Josh Gerlach finds his way back to victory lane, not without some challenge, but he's able to fend him off. Josh should look like business as usual.
Man, I stayed away from the infield tractor tires today. They were a little scary last week, but yeah, that was fun. You know, I didn't start off the front row like I had been the last couple times, which kind of feel like there with Garrett. He ran a really good race and just kind of ended up couldn't move around quite as much as we could behind him, and that ended up paying off for us.
Yeah, and I was talking to Garrett, and I said, you know, it looked like the middle was good, but the bottom, you had to be careful. The top was a long, long way around, and with Billy, middle wasn't perfect for him, but he was able to get to you. You kind of moved around here, there, till you figured out exactly where you needed to be.
Pretty much, yeah. I felt good in 3 and 4 just because running up top like that around here, you can either kind of just rip it if it sticks or kind of run a cut down and carry some good momentum. But 1 and 2 is really the place that kind of throws me for a loop. And you could kind of see that with Billy. I've heard that he, I guess, was kind of just running through the middle. And like you said, I was just trying to move around to one, kind of find where I felt good, but also just to kind of change it up in front of him and not really let him get into a rhythm behind me. And it worked because I was able to hold him off. I don't know if I had many more laps in me to keep him behind me.
Well, awesome run, man. I-55 never seems to be cruel to you. What do you expect when we head over there?
I'm looking forward to it. I like the place. It's just there for a while I had a really bad stretch of luck, and over the summertime I had a couple good races there. So hopefully we can continue that and keep moving forward with this win. Just want to thank everybody that shows up. I know we've had a little bit lighter car counts than we're kind of used to seeing here on the Dirt Racing Network, but I think that'll probably pick up as fall comes in here. And want to thank Billy, James Gray, and everybody at Knoxville Nights podcast for getting us on to DRN as well with these streams. It wouldn't be possible with those guys. So should be another good show here coming up.
Yeah, and I think your string of bad luck was you hitting the inside wall a lot, wasn't it?
No, I would hit the outside wall.
Well, you found a wall either way. Don't do that in the next session, buddy. Good luck.
That's the plan. Thanks, Roger.
Josh Gerlach wins session number 1, and I know I've seen him hit the inside wall a couple of times over at I-55. I know he's hit the outside wall too, but I know he's hit the inside wall just about as much. So we'll watch and see what happens in this one. Hopefully, with the light car count, nobody will get knocked out early, and they'll be able to go flag to flag, finish it up. Session 1 in the books. We're going to get ready to switch over to the second server. I'm not going to go anywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a chance to look at our lovely logo. I'm going to give you a little bit of something to listen to here while we get ready to transfer. Let's start right here. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Girl, I love the way you look at me, and though I've seen it many times, when I hear you whisper, baby, please, well, it tears me up inside. And no other woman's ever done this before. You're all I need now, want nothing more. I just want to be your man, hold you close, as tight as I can. I wanna show you what you mean to me. I wanna make sure you understand that I just want to be your man. I've been thinking about you all
All right, back into the server, ready to get at it once again. Guys getting a little warm up at the new venue. Everybody made the transfer from one server to the next. They'll have a qualifying session here in just a little bit, and then we will do a couple of cars. I don't know if they'll even do that. They might not do that. They might just go feature racing. Watching Garrett Boyd right there. Right now, Reed Brochart seems to be the quickest car in here. And he is just 1/100th of a second faster than Steven Spieth. Quick run through, they'll qualify. Top 6 are guaranteed spots. The other 2, I don't know if they'll let them get out there and run those laps or if they'll just throw them in the back of the field and move on to the 30-lap feature. But light car count just means a shorter show. And we'll get through this one and start getting prepped up for next week's. See if we can draw some of these drivers to get back in here. As it cools off a little and as real racing kind of comes to a close, some of these guys will be back in the fold. Back to racing every week. There's about 5 weeks left in this season, I think. After tonight. Letting the boys get out here and practice a little bit. Iron the track down so it's nice and smooth for the big feature tonight. Give them a chance to figure out where exactly they want to run for their qualifying laps and for their feature. All right, session has come to an end. That means it's time for qualifying. This will probably go pretty quick. We'll try to catch as many cars as we can here. It's going to go really fast. Steven Spieth, Reed Brochart, Garrett Boyd, all already out on the track. Billy Barros now has rolled out. $12.56 for Brochart. Barros, $12.76. Boyd was even slower than that. Spieth on lap 2 moves to second quick. Boyd to third quick. Krikorian now jumps everybody. Barros back to third. We're not going to have A and LCQ, guys. We are just going to have qualifying and a race. And Josh Gerlach. Ooh, big blink for Mr. Gerlach. I don't know. That could have been him, could have been me. But he's the last to go out. Got to go faster than 12.56. Boyd was at 12.75. Gerlach seems slower than that. He's at 12.77. Can he cut 2/10 going around the bottom? It looked smooth. And he backed up his time. 12.77. So Gerlach not qualifying well here. Krikorian almost got the pole out of this deal. So we'll see. Points didn't get any tighter between 1 and 2. And third place was far enough back. He didn't show. Barros was 21 back, so he'll close a little bit, and Gerlach with the win will close up as well. But Boyd should still be the points leader coming into this race. We'll see what they do going out. We're waiting to see if there's a redraw. Looks like we might have one. And that is going to shelve some things around. Oh, yeah. And we're going to put them in one order. We're going to spit them out in the other. Billy Barros will get the pole. Brochart will go to P2. Then Boyd up to inside row 2 next to Krikorian. And Spiess and Gerlach tag in the rear for our feature tonight. Final feature. Driver rolled out in the warm-up. I think we're going to advance straight through it. I think we're going to get ready to go feature racing. I think we're going to move the show right along here. Lineup card is not going to matter because it's going to shuffle all around before we get to the green. We know what the lineup is. Barros is on the pole, Brochard on the outside. Then Boyd and Krikorian in row 2. Spiess and Gerlach in row 3. Couple of pace laps to get everything organized. And then we'll fire it off for 30 green flag laps around here. I expect another flag-to-flag race. It looks like the Bulls get them lined up pretty quick here. Small field, quick races. We don't hate how short the races are. We just hate that we don't have enough cars to make this a big deal with racing, you know, for 10th and 12th place like we normally have. So Barros was second in the first show. Start on the pole for show number 2. We'll see if he can keep that and take it all the way to victory lane tonight in the second feature. Now we'll start to double them up. About time for the green flag. NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series. Second feature, round 3. The green flag's in the air. Pretty good start for Barros. Control car, he's there. Boyd right around the bottom and up to second. Got around Brochart easily. He is going to slide her in 3 and 4. No gain. Boyd staying right there. Brochart hanging tight in 3rd. And Spiess is 4th. Krikorian and Gerlach starting to get side by side for 5th and 6th. Gerlach around, bumps the fence. I told you, we've seen him do it before. We're bound to see him do it again. Action heating up a little bit up the front. Boyd took a peek on the bottom in 1 and 2, but the momentum line up top kept Barros out front. The 3Bs out in the front right now. Barros, Boyd, and Brochart. Boyd not giving up at all and trying to get there. Get that spot away from Billy Barros. He keeps showing him the nose of the 21 machine. Little blink out of Brochart. Everybody staying grouped tightly right here. Brochart had a big run around the top of 1 and 2. Boyd starting to fade off of the back 38 of Brochart. Spieth now works alongside Brochart. This will be for third. Steven Spieth thought he could get 2 for 1 right there. And Boyd changed his line, got a good run out of the corner. He's going to do it again here on the backstretch. This time Spieth alongside of the line. May just be a matter of time. Spieth gets closer and closer every single time. Oh, that time a little looser, a little tight. One or the other getting up out of 2. Man, that car just got into the left rear of Boyd's machine just ever so slightly. It cost Spieth the spot. Go back behind Brochart. Krikorian got back around Gerlach. These two battling 5th and 6th here. And they are about 2 seconds off the leaders. Billy Barros is running away and hiding. He's going to be halfway here next time by. Boyd so far able to fend off Spieth. Under the halfway mark, it's under a second as Boyd has started to reel Barros back in ever so slightly. Spieth, Brochart's blinking a little bit, and he's solidly into 4th. Krikorian down to 5th, and Gerlach way at the back. Still 1 full straightaway, 1st to 6th. $11 to go, and it's starting to open up again as Spieth is going after Boyd. He slid him right there in 1 and 2, but Boyd countered that pretty easy. Under 10 to go. Battle still for second. This time Spieth's got a good run down the hill. Boyd in high, will cut down low, try to use that momentum and get out of the corner, and Spieth has got the spot this time. Oh, now just a tiny rub. Boyd goes back by Spieth. Spieth bumped the fence. He'll have to regroup and go back in the attack. David Krikorian with a late charge already to the back of Brochart's machine. 6 to go. The laps are ticking off real quickly here. Krikorian trying to put himself in the top 4. Oh, big bump of the fence right there, and it's not going to work out good. He's not going to make up time as we go back to the battle for second. Barros is gone. 1.14 seconds. The battle's going to be for second here. 6 to go, and Spieth is making inroads again. He's going to get alongside Boyd down the back stretch. Boyd up to the fence. That slowed him down. That'll move him back to third. Jumped the cushion. Got the 21 car up over the fluff and into the fence momentarily, and he drops to the third spot. Can't watch that. That thing is broken. Let's reload it just for fun. Barros, Spieth, Boyd, Brochart, Krikorian, and Gerlach. Billy Barros. He's on the final lap. Coming to the white flag right here. Well, coming to the checker flag right there. Barros is going to win it. Spieth second, Boyd in third. Wonder what caused that to walk up. That was weird. See if it'll show us. Well, it's giving us some view of stuff, but it's not the view of stuff we want. So I don't know what's happening there, folks. But let's get ready to talk to these guys. Boyd is in the chat. Barros will be in the chat, and so will Steven Spieth. Well, let's talk to Mr. Boyd. A couple of podium finishes on the night. Garrett Boyd, you did it again.
Yeah, I think this is 6 in a row now, so we're doing pretty good.
Well, it can't hurt you in the points, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to keep them behind me, but we'll try our best and see what we can do.
Yeah, it looked like you found a little bit of a rhythm. Then you kind of got challenged in that one little mistake. Going to keep you from second to third.
Yeah, it's so easy to to tap the wall here, and it just breaks your momentum. And they just walk away from it, and then you got to try twice as hard to get back to them. And it's just a losing battle on a slick track, or a track that's getting slicker.
Well, still an awesome night of racing. A couple of podium finishes, man. A couple more shout-outs before we let you head out.
So same deal to James and Billy again for putting this deal on. They're not putting it on, but putting the broadcast money up to do it. And then Josh for putting it on, you for broadcasting it. The lovely lady sitting behind me that puts up with this nonsense all the time. And then Quality One, Sim Magic, Sim Shop. I can't think of any others at the moment.
All right, man. Congrats on a great night, and I will see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Garrett Boyd in third again, and now driver of the 55. We did not see him on the podium in the first run, but we do, and he's on the second step tonight. Steven, great run tonight.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. A bit worn out now after fighting with Garrett for 20-some laps, and we just kind of let Billy get away from us there because we were too busy fighting it out for P2.
Yeah, it looked like you kind of got there. You made a good move. You guys had a little contact. You had to regroup. You go back at it. He makes a mistake, and after that, Barros was just way too far out front.
Yeah, I had a line that was working really well, but whenever we got side by side, I couldn't run it anymore, and just that's what kept us yo-yoing back and forth. But heck of a race. It's happy to have no cautions, and always fun to run side by side like that, even if there's a little bit of contact. But everybody in the group here is good enough to know what to do and keep them pointed the right way and keep going. So that was great.
Well, awesome job, man. Some shouts and thank yous before we let you get out of here tonight.
Just thanks to everybody for coming out. Hopefully we can get this car count back up as it cools down outside, and looking forward to the next one.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and congrats again. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
Steven Spieth finishing in second now. Second the first one. First in the second one. You're closing the gap, Mr. Barros.
I'm trying to. It's been a pretty good run, Roger.
Well, tonight seemed pretty good. We'll see if you can keep that momentum up as we move on. But you got out front, and really, we're never even close to being challenged here tonight. If we could run every week here, you would probably be a pretty happy camper.
I would be. I do love this track. I know a lot of the guys in the league love this track too, and sounds like there were some pretty good battles going on the rest of the field there. I know I was super lucky drawing pole for the redraw. I probably would have been right back there with them, and who knows how that would have turned out. But yeah, just trying to hit my marks, run the lines that I like, and started exploring a little bit at the end just to try to be comfortable and make it to the finish.
Yep. Sometimes you got to be a little lucky along with having a good car and being nice and smooth out there. And tonight it's going to pay off. Average of, 1.5 on your finishes and another win here.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with that. And back-to-back weeks, I don't do that very often. I'll see if I can carry that momentum over into next week and maybe get 2 in a row and take a shot at being a hot shoe for the first time. Never done that before, so let's go for it.
A lot of firsts this season, man. Some shouts and thank yous. We'll let you get out of here and go celebrate.
Of course. Thank you, Roger. Thanks again for covering for us. And thanks to the Dirt Racing Network. Thank you, Josh, for putting the league together and making it so much fun to race here every week. And thanks everyone else for coming out and racing with us. And congratulations to Steven and Garrett for finishing up on the podium as well. Some really good pressure at the beginning and really good battles.
All right, man. Congrats again, and I will see you next Thursday.
All right. Thanks, Roger.
Billy Barros picking up the win. Session number 2. Officially, the results showed Barros, Beast Boyd, Bro Shark, Krikorian, and Gerlach. So Boyd will open up a little bit more Krikorian, but Barros will close down drastically as a couple of finishes ahead. So we'll see what that shows next week. I imagine the Boyd will still be the leader in the points, but it's going to be a lot closer, second and third, and they're going to be closer to Mr. Boyd. We'll see what he can do with that. But Gerlach wins the first show, Barros the second. Like I said, it's always a lot of fun, even with the small car counts here. Hopefully next week they will double that car count. We'll be back to some respectable numbers on this deal. But either way, it's still a fun show. These guys do a great job of racing. I wish more people would come and race the midgets with them. It would make it a lot more exciting, especially for the fans. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the awesome leagues giving us great racing like we saw here all night long, there's nothing for us to cover. So high fives and pats on the back for everybody on that deal. Until we see you the next time, which will be next Wednesday. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down until you come see me again. Keep it dirty for me.